Good afternoon and welcome everyone to the Trading Talk Uncensored live Q&A session. My name is Danny and I will give you the webinar today. To begin with, we'll review the structure of the webinar. We're going to go through the agenda and understand what will happen in every step. So firstly, we'll have the previous questions, which are questions that was prepared by our team from other webinars, previous webinars, and so on. Then we have the dynamic questions, which are questions that will be we received from the audience, which I'll paste down here. The slide is more informative, just to send you some links to save you the trouble to find those things by yourself on the website. And this slide here is here to help us emphasize some basic approach with analysis. Nothing is complicated, just really, as you can see, shapes of candles. We'll get to that if the questions will not require us to analyze on the chart. And then, of course, we would rather use live data and not the example in here. Any capital markets and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only and should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice, recommendation, or a suggestion. Furthermore, a very frequent question is if it's possible to receive the recording of the webinar, and it's understandable that we don't always understand everything on the first time. Sometimes we need a recap, sometimes we want to watch things in our own speed, which is completely fine. And to enjoy the recording, you must go to our YouTube channel and look for AvaTrade, and in our channel you can enjoy the recording of this webinar, and not only the recording of this webinar, but all of the webinars that we're doing are mainly recorded and uploaded to our channel, which you can find a huge number of videos, which is a lot of content for you to enjoy. We will begin, as I said, with the questions. We'll quickly review them and see how we can answer them on the best ways possible. For that, I'd rather have some notepad. There we go. And we can simply take the question like that, close to the chart, and then we can maybe write down the answer. All right, so the first question we have is, how can I receive signals from AvaTrade? So as you know, there is the signal section here on the phone. Okay, so this interface is called the web trader. You can access this interface in two ways: computer or smartphone, right? Smartphone, any other smart device, iPad, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so the point is there is the app and there is the desktop version. In the desktop version, obviously, I can't enable to receive notifications the same way that I can enable on the phone, right? On the phone, we can receive an SMS, we can receive a message, we can receive notifications. Okay, so on the phone, you have a toggle somewhere in between this blue lightning icon to the sell and the buy. There is a toggle to enable notifications, signals notifications. Okay, and it's important to understand. Just a second. Maybe I should have explained beforehand how to even get to the signal section. All right. So this blue lightning icon here is showing us that Aussie Japanese yen, AUD JPY. Okay, it has a signal. What is a signal? A signal is instructions, as you can see, with automatic close on the profit, automatic close on the loss, and we can simply, by clicking here, opening the signal, and in the following step, we just need to choose a buy or a sell scenario, Let's assume we want to go with a buy type. We're going to click here on buy. Okay, and we see that if AUDJPY close gets to 98,690, we will have $94 as profit. And if it gets down to 97.5, we're going to lose potentially 132. Okay, I could just as much take the other scenario. Let me just quickly show you here. Click here on sell, and now it's going to be vice versa. If it gets down, we can make this much. If it goes up, we can lose this much. Don't worry, I'm going to go through that much more slowly, and I will explain the logic behind what happened here. But I went a little faster just to answer the question first, because the question here is how can I receive signals from AvaTrade? And to receive signals, as I said a minute ago, we must enable on our personal device signal notifications. Enable signal notifications on your smartphone or whatever device you're using. Okay, and here in the desktop version, it's not allowing us to do that. Okay, and once you've done that, you can receive the signals as notification and of course enjoy them as you like. Okay, now this was a brief explanation from the outside. Now let's go into the signal section itself, and we will review it a bit more thoroughly. Let's take Nasdaq as an example. Okay, so as you can see, there are categories here. I can just choose one of the categories and inside of it to look for what I want, if it has a signal, because we are in the signal section, right? Allegedly, everything in here is supposed to have a signal, but sometimes the stop loss and take profit are going to be blank like this. Before we move forward, I would like to quickly establish what is the take profit and the stop loss. So take profit, let me, even though this is not a webinar for beginners, but still, I would like to give you as much knowledge as I can. All right, so they are orders, pending orders, and they are market execution orders. Market execution is when I will physically now go and open a position. Okay, just like that. I'm going to click on, maybe now we are with Dogecoin, whatever is here. If I'll pick something else like this, view signal, we can see that the stop loss and take profit are not here. We don't have them like the rest of the list that do have a signal, right? Dash as well doesn't have take profit and stop loss. What does that mean exactly? It means that the market has already passed a level that we expected it to get to. And this is why now it's futile. And if I'll try and use the signal, I'll try and use the signal the same way that I did with AUDJPY, it's not going to place any take profit or stop loss. Let me quickly, this is sell type. Let's just go with a sell. Okay, we don't have anything here. And why is that? Because the levels has already passed and the market has already reached a key level. Now, if I'll quickly expand the chart just like that, and we see that the validity here is daily, so let me switch to daily as well. Oh, that's not bad. All right, and in daily, okay, so this is a sell type. In daily, let's assume that we want to carry on. As I said, we want to go ahead and use the signal. We can see that the core, the base of this signal was 26.15, right? Okay, and there are levels here. There are levels here described on the chart that it was expected to get to, which has already passed. So the signal scenario, both of the scenario, are not doable now, right? So if I'll try and again use the signal, nothing is placed. If I'll take a healthy signal that is still valid, let me again click on view signal. Again, expand the chart. I don't have to do that. I'm just doing it to show you guys. Let's suppose, okay, we also match the validity here is daily, great. And this is a buy type. Let's go with a buy. And we have it. All right, maybe not in a proportion that we want, so we can always adjust it, but we still the signal is still valid. All right. Of course, it's something that we would like to examine, and I don't want to go ahead blindly with the signal without doing at least basic checking. You can put it this way, right? My own analysis. Let's put it this way. Not necessarily analysis, but just to mark V on a few things here. I can also change the lot size, by the way, if I'm unhappy with the result that I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's go step by step. We spoke about pending orders. So to understand how the signal goes, I want to emphasize take profit and stop loss, what they do and how they can help us. So as you can see, I've changed the take profit that was embedded in the signal to something else, but it doesn't really matter because we're just now understanding what the take profit and the stop loss are. Okay, so we just mark the prices. Just a second. Okay, so stop loss, let's paint it in red, and are we with a sell? Yeah. No, we are with a buy. Okay, so when we are with a buy, our intention is that the value will increase. When we are with a sell, our intention is that the value will decrease. Therefore, as you can see, the take profit needs to be in a higher place, and the stop loss needs to be in a lower place. Now, since we use the signal, we already have the take profit and stop loss marked for us based on the level that we saw earlier in the chart, right? If I'll go back, click on signal again, we see that the levels here are placed on the chart. We don't even have to do anything. We can just click on buy, and here we go. Again, I decided to adjust it because I don't like the ratio, but you guys don't have to do any of the things that I'm doing now. I'm just doing it since this is a webinar and I want to show you. Okay, but if I wanted 3 clicks and the signal, we can launch it. Apart from that, take profit closes the position automatically with the profit. Stop loss close the position automatically with a loss. So as I said, 3 clicks and the signal is on with already take profit and stop loss marked for us. Of course, it's not mandatory to do the checking that I did, but I'd recommend you to just make sure that everything is set to your needs. You're happy with the ratio, you're happy with the lot size. Of course, one more thing, the result we're seeing here, the number that we are seeing here is a result between the length of between our entry onto our take profit. That means that the number of units, which in this case is 100, versus the, let me just quickly show you here, versus the distance between our entry to the take profit. This will give us the result that we're seeing here. Since we acquire 100 barrels, okay, and there is a difference of 1.4, as you can see, we will acquire 140. And if this would have been one lot, as an example, so this would have been 1,400. So while we adjust the take profit, the lot size to our need, we can, I should understand that the result here is, the number here is a result between how far away the take profit or stop loss are from my entry multiplied by the units. So the higher the higher the units, the more we can make or lose. The fewer the units, the less we can make or lose. All right. And as we said, when we see something like that with no take profit or stop loss, we can click here and understand that this level was already reached this levels. Okay, and we can't. If we try to use it, nothing will happen. Okay. Great. So this is regarding the question regarding the signals. Okay, if something is, of course, guys, as I said in the beginning of the webinar, this unique concept is to give you guys the opportunity to ask whatever you want regarding any topic. It doesn't mean that if I'm explaining anything, that it's if you got any questions about what I'm explaining, it doesn't mean that you can't ask. Of course, if there anything that I said so far that doesn't make sense, you guys are welcome to share it with me. All right. So I don't think there is really need to describe the answer that we had now, but what I would do is I would write here to receive the signals on your personal device. You must enable signal, how it's called on the phone. It's called messages, receive messages, notifications. It's very various in every phone. So this is why I don't bother and explain how to physically do it. But I guess everybody knows how to enable and disable notifications from different things on the phone. So I'm just going to write it like this. You must enable to receive signal notifications. All right, on your device. Okay, you can also by clicking on the gray toggle in the signal section. Unfortunately, right now I'm using a computer, so I can't show it to you. All right, second question is it recommended to trade every day? I think this is one of the most common questions that we received in this webinar. And as I said, probably a few good times, if it's recommended to trade every day, that depends on the strategy, that depends on your basically lifestyle, right? It depends on a few things. That depends on your free time, trading skills, strategy. Also, basically, that depends on your lifestyle as well, strategy and trading style. For instance, okay, a professional trader, just like everybody goes to work, can spend a good amount of time every day on the computer analyzing his business. Since he's a professional trader, okay, from experience, I can tell you, you can spend a lot of time. If this is your profession and you're making money out of this, so of course it's understandable. As a beginner, without any experience, without any, how can I say it very gently, proven result on trading, okay, I would probably consider if I would like to spend a good amount of time every day, or I should do it organized with the plan. Because eventually, if I'll spend time that I don't have and the result will not satisfy me, I might decrease my time spent, and my ability will not improve. If I specifically, the same way that I go to the gym, I'll go to the gym every day and I'm going to do random things, then go back home. Maybe I'll see results, maybe I won't see results, who knows. If I'll specifically take a coach or somebody, a personal trainer who studied, I don't know, fitness or something like that, and he will design specifically a plan that I can withstand and I can, not necessarily every day, but something that's specifically made for me, tailors it for my ability, my lifestyle, perhaps I'll feel more confident with it and my results will be more efficient. If I'll work out every day with no specific plan, again, it's not that I'm not going to see a result. I might improve my stamina, and I might, even, get stronger or whatever you want to. But anyway, you guys understand the example that I'm giving here, right? If you want to spend time, I'd rather, we have great senior account managers that can give you support through that and to help you find a plan that can go along with your lifestyle and you can perform. So this is something I highly recommend, just to spend random time on the chart every day. I don't think that it's harmful. Maybe it could be harmful as well to spend too much time on the chart, but that's not what I'm explaining here. What I'm explaining here is I'd rather spend specific time that can give me something rather than to trade every day if I don't see that it's improving. All right, or at least stable, at least. Yeah. So I would rather paste that down here. Okay. What is the difference between equity and balance? So equity, guys, is the number we see here. Currently, we don't have any positions, so it makes sense that the equity and the balance will be the same. A balance is the amount before or after having positions on the account. Equity is the live data, including the current positions. Example, let's suppose our balance now, let's just open some instruments to help us demonstrate. All right, let's take NASDAQ again. And something else that we want, oil. Yeah, why not oil? Okay, so let's suppose we have two positions with oil and with NASDAQ here. Okay, and our balance is 10,000 as we see here. And our equity at the moment is also 10,000. Okay, so we will have 3 steps before existing and after having these positions, and then we will just use oil and NASDAQ as an example. Okay, step A, we don't have any positions. Step B, we have position with, let's say, okay, again, we're going to take the data that we have here. And let's say CL stands for crude oil. CL, 1 position. Let's say that we're making $100. Okay, and NASDAQ, let's suppose one position that we're making, let's say we're maybe even losing 500, okay? Now, my balance will obviously stay the same at this stage, but because I have a position plus with crude oil, I'll have plus, this is equity that I'm going to show you. So my equity will be that when I will close my positions, well, my balance will be as my equity. Okay, but my equity includes the positions that I have at the moment. So, for instance, if the market has changed, meaning let's suppose Nasdaq rose up and we now maybe now make money with Nasdaq, let's say plus 500. So my equity now is going to be this much. And if I choose to close the positions now, if I close the positions now, my balance again will match the equity that I see here. Okay, so that is the difference. Super simple. Equity is with the existing positions. Balance will not change until we close the positions. Yeah, very simple to understand. Very simple questions with simple answers. Let's see how we can make it happen, because I have a feeling that if I'll paste it like that, it won't fit into this slide. So I guess just a second, or maybe it will. Let's see. Bear with me, guys. No, there is no way. I highly doubt it. No. Let's see, maybe we can put it next to each other. No, it's not happening. All right. Like I said, the webinar is recorded, so the worst case, if somebody didn't understood this example, you can just see it again. Just watch it again. Yeah, but we're missing here a line, I think. Let's also include that. That's perfect. All right. All right. Is there a strategy with only profits and low losses? Of course not. Of course not. There is no such a thing. Maybe. I'm not aware of any strategy like that, but if anyone knows, I'm happy to hear that. Of course, strategy that we design, again, to my personal opinion, as I said in the disclosure, everything I'm saying here is just my personal opinion. So if I make a strategy and I don't put any stop loss and I don't do any risk money management, it's my choice only. But let me just show you here an example. What would happen if I don't use stop loss and God forbid the market go against me, okay? Just a second. Right, so this is where Nasdaq reached last week. Okay, let's suppose that we now take a buy, and God forbid Nasdaq goes down to where it's been last week. Market as a stop loss. But again, this is a hypothetical example where I don't use the stop loss to show you what would happen if it gets there, but I'm using a stop loss for the platform to calculate the possible result for us. Okay, so this would have happened if I don't use stop loss and Nasdaq go against me, right? If it goes even further down to where it's been a month ago, and I might even be in a bigger problem. Not to mention if this is with a minimum, right? So if I'll go a little higher, oh, sorry, I can't do that. If I'll go a little higher, then I'll be in a problem and I accidentally can wipe out my account. So in a strategy that you design, it's also important to consider and think about the losses that you can make, that you can have, and include them in your risk money management calculations. Because to look only on the profits, it's great, but it's not the safest way to construct a strategy. So we should always include the losses in our calculations and to know where we are heading with our strategy. Of course, as I've showed here hundreds of times, we can adjust the ratio. Just a second. We can, let me bring it back to the minimum. All right, so we can adjust the ratio if we're unhappy with what's happening here and we would like to maybe go for 1:2 or even 1:4. So instead of what we're having here, we can just change to what we want and adjust the numbers. So let's suppose that we would like to lose maybe half of what I'm losing now. So what I can do is I can take half of the length we took, which is 1,000, and just to make it 500 instead. Oh, sorry, it's on 500, so we'll make it to 50. Or we can extend. The other thing that we can do is we can just extend the take profit, right? But one of the two, it doesn't really, okay, what I said in the beginning, it also applies to here. So the possible profit or possible loss is a result of how many units we have versus the length. So what I can do to minimize the loss or maximize my profit, to increase my profit, what I can do is I can expand the length between the entry to my profit. Or if I want to minimize the loss, I'm just gonna decrease the length between my entry to the stop loss. Not that I'm aware of, so I'm just gonna write here if there is strategy with only losses, I want to write it down very carefully because I can't recommend not to do risk money management. It's just, so if there is strategy with only profits and no losses, we don't have to do risk money management and strategy. However, without considering the risk, we might have significant negative impact on the account. Right? I can't specifically tell you guys don't do or do risk money management. That's just not something that I can say or write. But as I showed you, if you don't do risk money management, if you don't pay attention to what you can lose and so on, so of course the impact might be significant and might shake your whole margin, which we always in our trades want to keep the margin stable and the account consistent and stable as much as possible. All right. Yeah, that's mostly about that. Beyond what I wrote here, I really don't think that we should add any more to this question, because we all understand losses and profits are both needs to be considered. Okay, as I said, the following slide here is mainly to share with you some links for you to enjoy and save you the trouble to look for them on the website. So this is for additional education if you would like to enhance your knowledge in terms of analysis and calculations and risk money management and all this kind of things. It can be through our education center, which is huge library of content. We also have the videos, which I'm going to show you in a minute, which you can access from here. But the education center is amazing. Really, it's amazing. I recommend you to go to the link and enjoy it. This is to make a deposit. If you're still your account is still empty and you want to carry on and begin trading in practice, this is how you can make a deposit. This is the FAQ and the help center. So you can, if you have more technical or official formal questions, you can access the help center. This is for a real account. Again, the same, very similar to that link as well. And the academy, which I'm going to show you how to access from our website. So I'm just going to paste it here. All of the links I've pasted in the chat, by the way. I'm pasting this things in the chat, so I hope you guys can see. It's at the bottom left. It's okay. And one last thing I want to send you guys before we, so you guys have time to keep it. Okay, so this is the special promotion code, the Q&A benefit. Just gonna paste it here at the chat as well. And this can give you one-on-one premium market review with your senior account manager. If you don't have a senior account manager and you would like to be, you would like somebody to be assigned, all you have to do is just to go here to the live chat, and in the live chat to click on chat with us or on the WhatsApp and ask for a senior account manager to be assigned on your file. And if you're using a different interface, you can directly send an email to our customer service at cs@avatrade.com. All right. Okay. As I said, this is the desktop version. On the phone, it looks a bit different, but almost the same. Okay. So to access the academy, which I send you the links, you can do it through here. And the tutorials, the videos, you can go through here. And if you click on tutorials, this is what you're supposed to see. There are all kind of things here, really diversified, yeah, all kind of things. Analysis, you can see analysis we have here, all kind of things. Okay, entry orders, yeah. Yeah, besides that, guys, I hope that everybody enjoyed and you've learned at least one thing out of the webinar. We went through the questions, we saw the chart, and we did our best to give the answer. If there are still hesitations or anything about what I wrote here and what I said here today, you're welcome to join our YouTube channel and to put down a comment, or you can just contact us and help us improve. Other than that, I wish you all Happy New Year, happy holidays. It's been a pleasure coming here today and giving you the webinar. And you are all welcome to join us in a week. And that's it. So have a good week and join us next time.